Hi, I'm Jen Broyles, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through one of the key components of the breathwork I teach and share the benefits of it as well. And so we'll get to do it together and really give you the understanding of and the education, the science behind it, and why it's beneficial. And this technique is actually not breathing at all, it's holding your breath. What we're going to learn about today is intermittent hypoxia. And you may hear it called intermittent hypoxic training, breath retention. We're holding our breath. And this particular breath hold is a breath hold that we do on the exhalation. So we're gonna exhale all the air and then hold our breath. So oftentimes when we hold our breath, we breathe in and we hold our breath, right? And especially if you find that you're holding your breath unconsciously, which is very common, it's a stress response. And so if you do find, if you're like becoming aware of your breath and tuning in throughout the day, and sometimes you find that, oh my gosh, I wasn't breathing at all, I was holding my breath. That is a stress response when we're unconsciously holding our breath. That's not what I'm talking about here, because that does have long-term detriment. Whereas what we're gonna do here, this particular technique has massive health benefits, okay? So intermittent hypoxic training has been used over the centuries to treat a wide range of health conditions. Now, of course, thousands of years ago, ancient cultures knew this technique. It's part of pranayama, and they had the understanding that it was beneficial. Now we have the science to show the benefits, and it's actually been used to treat a variety of disorders, from autoimmune conditions to high blood pressure, diabetes, Parkinson's, emotional disorders, and more. And so what's happening here is when we hold our breath on the exhale, really for as long as we can, ideally, so to get into that hypoxic state, we want to be holding our breath at least 90 seconds and see that our oxygen saturation drops to below 90%. And you can measure that with a pulse oximeter. You can get those on Amazon for less than 20 bucks. And it will show you your oxygen saturation. And so when you're starting out, holding your breath for 90 seconds may not be something that you can do right away. And that's okay, because especially since we're doing this breath hold on the exhale, that's not something that many of us are used to doing. So it very likely will feel uncomfortable and difficult to begin with. But as you practice and do it consistently, you'll find that you can hold your breath longer and longer and longer. And so that's why it's part of the breath work that I teach. It is part of the routine. It's always in there. And it's for these reasons. It's so beneficial. So a couple of other benefits with intermittent hypoxia. It's anti-aging. So science is actually showing that this particular technique stimulates cell reproduction and regeneration. So it encourages repair, growth, and development of nervous tissue. And it creates red blood cells. It increases the mitochondria in the cells, which are your powerhouse in the cell, to help you produce more ATP energy. So this is really powerful. If we have a way that we can produce that ATP energy from within the cell and really benefit our mitochondria, that's gonna support our health literally from the cellular level, which is huge. This practice also improves stamina and endurance and supports optimum blood flow. And it's been shown to provide relief from many chronic conditions like asthma, arthritis, diabetes, sleep disorders, hypertension, anxiety, depression, fatigue. The list goes on. Now, there are a couple of contraindications with this technique. So it's not recommended for anyone who is pregnant, has a heart condition like arrhythmia or a pacemaker, has epilepsy, active cancer, or COPD. So if that's you, it's not advised to do that. Definitely talk to your doctor. Otherwise, this can have really profound health benefits, physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. So before we actually do the technique, one other thing that has been shown or theorized is that, first of all, to be able to hold our breath longer, we can do a few rounds of really fast-paced breathing, because that's going to allow us to breathe out more CO2, which is going to allow us to hold our breath longer. Now, when we go into this breath hold, I'll do a separate video on this to go into more detail, but when we hold our breath for an extended period of time, it's been shown that our body starts to release tryptamines, which create this euphoric feeling, this blissful feeling, this connection with all things. It can be a very spiritual experience. So I encourage you to give it a try, experiment with it, and we're gonna do it together right now. So in the breath work, if you've experienced my breath work or you do any of the sessions on YouTube, you'll know that we always do several minutes of rhythmic breathing followed by the breath retention, okay? And so what we're gonna do here, we're just gonna do 5 quick breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then we're gonna go into the breath hold. So I'm gonna do 5 really fast breaths, and then I'm gonna exhale all the air in my lungs and then drop into a breath hold. I'm sitting up, so I always recommend dropping your chin to your chest. This is called a neck lock. So dropping your chin to your chest if you're sitting up. If you're lying down, just lie down flat on your back. And then hold your breath out for as long as you can. Okay, so the first time you do it, it may be 30 seconds. That's fine. If that's the case, if you get a really big urge to breathe, there's a hack. There's a hack that you can do that will keep you in that intermittent hypoxic state. So all you need to do, if you get an urge to breathe pretty quickly, like within that 90-second window, just do what I call a little booster breath. So in and out, and then go back into the breath hold. It looks like this. Go back into the breath hold. That is a little hack that is gonna help you stay in that hypoxic state for longer, and you can still take a little breath. Do that as many times as you need to, but I also encourage you to push a little past your comfort zone, see how long you can go, but listen to your body at the same time. So we're gonna do that, and just follow my guidance. I'm gonna try to talk and guide you through it as I'm doing it myself, and see how it goes for you. Okay, so let's start with 5 breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then we're gonna breathe fully in, exhale fully out, and hold your breath, okay? And then after that breath hold, I'm gonna invite you to just take a deep breath fully in through the nose, and then sigh it out, okay? So let's go. Here we go. In. Fully in. Fully out. Hold your breath. Booster breath if you need it. Now breathe fully in. And exhale slowly out. And open your eyes. And there you have it. So this is something that you can practice, and also check out my guided breathwork meditations where this technique is incorporated in the guided experience with rhythmic breathing and a couple of different breath retentions, including this one. So comment below, tell me how that was for you, and how you're gonna incorporate this in your daily routine. Again, doing this, when it's intentional, when it's intermittent, when it's part of a breathwork routine, and not overutilizing it either, can be really, really beneficial for your overall health and well-being. It's going to support you in oxygen efficiency and energy production at a cellular level. So enjoy the experience and subscribe to this channel if you want more resources around breathwork, self-healing, transformation. Be sure to check out my freebie library of resources. You can find the link in the description below. All right, until next time.